is the 2023 annual report for LeDeR. We heard about 3,556 people with a learning disability who died in England in 2023.
We are Stay Alive and Well Group.
We are people with learning disabilities and autism.
We will tell you what's in the report
and what we think about it.
It was very difficult to make the video,
but we hope it's helpful.
It's a good idea to watch this video with someone, so you can talk about it together. Some people could find this video upsetting. You don't have to watch the whole video at once. We have put some questions in, where you can stop and talk about it. Or perhaps you have your own questions. Age of death.
How old were people when they died? This year, the average age of death is 63. Does that mean that I will die at the age of 63?
61. I want to stay longer than 61. That's too early.
It's just all confusing to understand.
It's the general age of people with a learning disability who die.
Some people much older than 63 when they die.
Some people die just under 63, sometimes a lot under 63. Crucially, it depends a lot of different factors and different reasons why it happens.
Last year, the average age of death for people with a learning disability was 62.
I know it's 1 year different, but it needs to be better.
People with a learning disability died more than 20 years earlier. People who have a learning disability don't live as long as people who don't have a learning disability. It's unfair because everybody's different and we want to live longer and enjoy our lives.
How do you feel about the age at which people die? Cause of death.
What did people with a learning disability die of in 2023? Top of the list: cancer, lung infections and pneumonia, heart problems.
Well, there's multiple different diagnoses of cancer. There's bowel cancer, there's colon cancer.
It's a common thing to die of, whether you have the label or you don't, isn't it?
Lots of people can easily miss the symptoms. It could be turned into treatable disease, into terminal disease, in a blink of an eye.
What is a treatable disease and a terminal disease?
Treatable disease you can get treatment for. You can get better. Terminal disease, you're going to die, you can't get any treatment for.
Do you know anyone with a learning disability who has died of cancer, lung problems or heart problems? Avoidable deaths.
Could more people with a learning disability have lived longer? Some people died before their time. Perhaps they could have lived longer if they had got better treatment and support. For example, by treating an infection, managing epilepsy well.
When you have epilepsy, you can go into a seizure, and you can get brain damage as well.
My friend, he had a fit and he got brain damage, but he passed away. That was last year. It was very sad, really, because but he hit his head, and then he had a fit. But we can't. They said it was brain damage because he was having so many fits as well.
With medication, you're controlling it and you're looking after yourself.
Or perhaps they had neither of got ill in the first place. For example, by getting a vaccine and checking for illnesses. This is called avoidable death. It means dying of something nowadays you shouldn't have died of.
Bowel cancer is possible, is possibly avoidable because that could be down to your diet, or you could be tested for it, or you could be screened.
Some deaths are not avoidable. Of each 10 people with a learning disability who died in 2023, 4 people should probably still be alive today. People with a learning disability are 2 times more likely to die an avoidable death. This year, compared with the year before, not as many people with a learning disability died an avoidable death, but it is still quite a lot.
People do deserve to be treated right in hospital, and, to be
Respect.
Respect, yes. But, can you think of ways to stop people dying too young? Quality of care.
How good was the care for the people with a learning disability who died? Most people got good care, but not everyone did.
I think I've had quite good experience. Personally, I've had quite, but I know some people have had not so good.
Sometimes there was not enough reasonable adjustments.
Hospitals are big and in fact a little bit scary,
They are scary. So I've got too much charge in words, and you should understand a bit more about us. We've got learning disabilities or autism, whatever.
People was waiting too long to get tests and treatments.
It can take a long time to see a doctor now, yes.
Some people had a care package that didn't meet their needs.
So on my hospital passport, it's got contact details in there. It's got what I like, what I don't. I mean, it's got all the information what you should need. Yes, because
They don't look at it. They just say, "Oh, what's wrong with you?" And it's like they treat you like really badly. Because I've had that experience when I've been in hospital with my chest.
And sometimes they've not always got the time to read your hospital passport.
how was your experience of doctors and hospitals? Ethnicity.
People with a learning disability who are from Black, Asian or mixed backgrounds died even younger than white people with a learning disability. People from Black, Asian or mixed backgrounds were more likely to die an avoidable death.
You know, with Asian and ethnic minorities group, they don't get the voices heard, and they don't want to keep minding the doctors about having their appointments or seeing the GPs as well.
Why do you think people from some backgrounds die even younger? Severe and profound learning disabilities.
People with severe and profound learning disabilities died even younger than people with mild or moderate learning disabilities. People with severe and profound learning disabilities were even more likely to die of something that could have been treated. What they died of. Top of the list, diseases of the nervous system, lung infections, pneumonia, conditions they were born with from when they were babies.
What are diseases of the nervous system?
It's conditions like cerebral palsy or epilepsy. People don't actually die of cerebral palsy, but they sometimes have other illnesses that they then die of.
What do people with severe and profound learning disability need to stay as well as possible? Deep dives.
What we have found out by looking into things.
Diabetes.
People with a learning disability are more likely to get diabetes. They get diabetes 10 to 15 years earlier.
Maybe people with learning disabilities should be screened for diabetes younger.
People with a learning disability and their carers need to learn more about diabetes.
Bowel cancer.
People with a learning disability get bowel cancer earlier. They're more likely to die from it. People with a learning disability should be screened earlier at 40 years old.
Learning disability nurses.
Learning disability nurses help people get reasonable adjustment.
They helped me talk to the doctor because I was very ill and very stressful.
We need more learning disability nurses. There are not enough.
I mean, I have a learning disability nurse. I try and talk to them, but we don't have enough of them, you know, in the hospital.
They could do with a lot more learning disability nurses or liaisons.
Liaison nurses.
Yeah, that's it. But even that's a jargon word, that is.
Yeah,
We just learning disability nurses, you know. For constipation.
People with a learning disability take lots of medication that causes constipation. Constipation should be spotted and treated.
With the amount of technology that is now advanced, why are people still dying of that? What's going on? That's not on.
Lung infections.
Lots of people with learning disabilities die of lung infections, pneumonia. People should get training to spot lung infections.
Your pneumonia is invisible. It's inside it's in your chest, and you can't. Carers should spot the symptoms of the person with their breathing and the eat and the wheeze. When they have wheeze noise in the chest.
What health problems are you worried about?
This was the 2023 LeDeR report.
We hope you found it helpful.
Thank before